Hello, dear researchers and research students. I am CS Dr. Rajkumar Kankariya, Head of Research and Development and IQC Coordinator at International School of Management and Research, Pune. In this short video, I'm going to give you the research process. This is extremely important to follow for the research scholars and research students. If I ask you a question whether PhD or any research is simple or complex, the answer is if you're knowing the process, it is simple. If you're not knowing the process, it is but complicated. So let us go through this short video with to begin with a beautiful quote by our ex-president of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He says that failure will never overtake me if my definition to succeed is strong enough. And research, it is also true because every failure is a new way of looking the things, is a new way to have another dimension for that particular research. So failure is not going to stop you, right? Just overtake it. It's a message given by him. So let us go ahead with the research process. So get set, go. The first step in research is to identify the area of your research or the problem which you are looking after or you are identified in the society. So identify area of your research interest and formulate it in the form of research problem. There is a systematic process of writing research problem. So whatever the steps I am explaining right now, every step with a detailed video and explanation I'm going to give you on my channel in upcoming days. So stay tuned with those, right? So the second step is to go through the literature review or review of literature. That means already available research in this particular area. So that might be in the form of PhD thesis, research paper published, then journals, then periodicals, websites, contents, books. So a lot of material is available already in the world. So you need to go through that areas for which you're looking after or the area of your research interest, right? So after this, after the review of literature, it's just like a Sagar Manthan, right? You will get a research gap. You will identify where exactly the problem is or where I should focus on. So that was called as research gap, right? So that you will address with your research. The next step is developing the research objective and research hypothesis, right? So you will define your research title. You will, in lining the title, you will define your research objectives. You will define the hypothesis, that is assumption you are making for the research. Afterwards, you will prepare the research design. You will understand what is the population size, what is your universe, and what is the sample size you should take care of for your study. Who are your respondents? Which research technique, research tools you should use? So that would be the next step. Then there will be a pilot experiment you are going to address with. That would be a small amount of study based on your research topic, research area, considering your research objectives. You will form a questionnaire for the pilot study, right? And you'll go to the respondents, you'll collect the data, you will analyze it. And if there is some challenging issues are there with the data or the objectives or the process, right? So we'll address that and you will overcome those to make a final questionnaire for your research, right? So your pilot study is very, very important, which will give you exact direction. Reliability and normality of data is very also important, right? So pilot study is a beautiful method to address all these problems, encounter all these problems to get the desired outcome. So based on the pilot study, do publish your research papers, right, or working papers. Then prepare a final questionnaire. Then go for the data collection for your research. Analyze the data through the software SPSS or R or any of the software. You can analyze the data in Excel if it's a small amount of study, right? You will test the hypothesis, that is the assumption of your studies. And whatever the interpretation, observation, and facts you are going to get out of your study, research study, right? You will summarize those in the form of your findings, right? So research finding. Then the next step is writing the suggestions or recommendation to address the research gap. What are your recommendation? What are your studies? Problem and solution fit is very, very important. So what solutions you're going to give it, right? Have you developed any model? You can give the model over here, right? So, and the conclusion of the study is very important, right? So right after this, you will mention all the references directly in index sources under the bibliography title, right? And the outcome of your research might be in the form of report writing, thesis, which you're going to submit to the universities, or research paper publication in national international journals, right? Or any research article or anything. So there can be several research outcomes through the research process, right? So you can have your PhD, you can develop a model, research paper publication, as already told you, working paper publication, case study publication, articles in periodicals, book publication, journal publication, editorial in journal. You can be the editor. You can have the industrial consultancy. You can establish the research center, right? You can go for copyright, patent, trademark, GI, or any form of IPR. Then you can start with a new startup, right? So my initial outcome was the PhD degree, which was awarded with the auspicious hand of Pro Vice Chancellor of Kavitri Benabai Chaudhary, North Manchester University, Dr. S.T. English, sir. You can see in the photograph, my beloved research guide, Dr. Anil Dongre, sir, is with me, who is currently the Dean of Commerce and Management at KBC North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, and Dr. Ajay Patil, who is the Senior Professor and Mentor, and along with my wife and beautiful daughter, Yashika. So you can find my thesis on Shodhganga for your kind reference. The URL is given in the description box of this video. So stay tuned, friends. So these are my contact details. For any type of research help, you can anytime call me or connect with me on LinkedIn or through the telephonic or email, right? Do comment and share your thoughts on this video, and stay tuned for the detailed research process. In the coming videos, I'm going to give you how to write research papers, research tools, and etc. So thank you, friends, for your wonderful time sharing with me. Thank you. Stay tuned. Grateful to you, and Jai Hind, friends.